Hi everyone, Martin here from martinsmayhem.co.uk. I hope you're all well. Today we're going to be creating this card you see here, which is in Blushing Bride. But I wanted to share with you a card that I did create in Evening Evergreen using the same stamp set. The exact same methods. I created this one first actually, and then the Blushing Bride afterwards, because I thought them two colours go well together. But really, I love this one a lot more than this one. I think this one feels too Christmassy, whereas this one isn't Christmassy at all. And it's not a Christmas stamp set. Anyway, so we're creating this one that you see here today. As I said, it's a Reasons to Smile stamp set, which is just these very two large stamps, which are fabulous and I adore. So let's get started. It's super simple. You probably don't even need a video tutorial, but you're getting one. Sorry about it. Got a bit of pumpkin pie in my trimmer. Awkward. So I'm doing a top fold A6 card, which is landscape. Had to think that. My brain is not functioning today. I don't know what is wrong with me, but it's not functioning. So I'm putting my A4 piece of paper in, and I'm going to go to 14.8 and just a little bit over, just because the UK size is a little bit dodge. And then I'm going to score at 10.5. So you might have noticed I'm trying to do a lot more different card shapes and styles, which I tend to do it to do all my cards in this format. So top folding C6. But I'm trying to venture out of my comfort zone. So that is our card base. Then our matte layer is going to be 8.5 centimeters by 12.8. So that's just going to give us a really nice margin all the way around. It says, let's just double check that I've got the right size. And I have, because I'm what? Professional. A lot of jokes, I'm really not. So this is where we're going to do all our stamping, and by all of it I mean stamp once. So I'm going to sit down. My back's hurting in this new craft room. Oh, my desk is a lot lower. I don't have to have it so high now. So that comes with its disadvantages. Have I got a bone folder? I have. Let's just reinforce that down, because there's nothing worse than a card sticking up. Oh, I'll leave that open because I need some dimensionals. So, on our matte layer, which is slightly smaller than I normally do as well, as you probably can already tell, I normally do 9.5 by 13.8, but this is slightly smaller, and because I'm doing the ink blended on it later on, that's why. So, just gonna run over my embossing buddy. So, embossing buddies are back in a trio with the tray, the tweezers, and this little brush. So I'm using the tray only for my heat and stick powders, because the rest of my embossing powders are just in these little tubs from IKEA. So it's pointless me decanting it into anything else. So I've already mounted my stamp set on a block E. This is the Big Hugs and Good Vibes stamp set. I love this floral decor. I don't know what word I'm looking for, but you guys get me. You just get me. And if you're new here, you'll learn to get me. Make sure you subscribe if you are new here. I do try to regularly make video tutorials. Not all of them are as easy as this, but some are easy. As I said earlier, you probably don't even need a video tutorial for this, but I'm going to do one anyway. Oh, that chair is really squeaky. I'm going to stand up again, just so I can try and get it in the middle. He says, if it's not in the middle, it's not in the middle. It's a handmade card. It's not going to be perfect. And that's really on the wonk. Can you tell? No. Let's just give it a go. So as I said, I keep my embossing powders in these little tubs from IKEA. I don't need to now because of the, see, we got the tray. But it's just easier sometimes. So I'm going to sprinkle over gold embossing powders. So all our embossing powders come in either basics or metallics, which is fab. So you get all the colours. I think you get copper, silver and gold in the metallics pack. Gently tap in the excess off, like so. And then if you've got any areas, you can use your little brush just to tidy it up. But honestly, I'm not that bothered because I'm going to do a little gold ink splatter anyway. So get in your heat tool and the tweezers because I've burnt my fingers so many times. It's not cute. And heat it. Did you see that change? How exciting. I love embossing because it's just so, oh, just look at that shine. And the clouds open. So that's that basically in the middle. With our gold embossing powders, I would say as soon as it turns, that's when you move on because it can go quite mottled quite quickly and it goes dull if it's overcooked, I'm gonna say. It's not the correct term, but you get me. So that's that. Then I'm gonna go in with one of my blender brushes. So I'm fortunate enough to have brought multiple, so I don't really clean them. But I've got one for pinks and reds. He says, I think I've actually got a red one and this is my pink one. So I'm going to pick up the ink on my Blushing Bride. So my Blushing Bride is very juicy, my ink pad. So this is why it's a blessing to kind of do these kind of projects if you have a juicy ink pad. And it's just a matter of ink blending from the corner in. And you're going to work all the way around. So I always do the corners first because that's where I want the biggest depth of colour, and then go on to the centre bit. Okay, now Blushing Bride is one of them colours, as I said earlier, or did I say earlier? No, I said it on my Instagram story just before recording, that it's not my favourite pink. And you might think I'm mad, but it's just not my favourite pink. I think we've had prettier pinks in the past, which they've got rid of. Which is up to them, innit? They make the rules. I'm just here to try to sell some product and give my partner a reason not to moan at me for buying so much product as well. Because we all know that this business market is just a faff, just so they don't moan at us buying more product. Oh, it's free, Sean, don't worry. Got it free. Until he watches this, he's not going to watch it, so it's fine. I'm safe. So I'm just going to add some of the pink around. That's kind of looking okay. It's always going to appear a little bit darker at first, but you just want to make sure it's smooth. Which that's not very smooth. That looks better. Okay, so I'm leaving that centre part kind of clear from ink because I want it to kind of have that glow about it, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Now, in my last video, if you haven't watched it, I used Winsor Newton ink, white ink, to do the ink splatter. Now for my gold, give it a little shake, I'm going to use the Winsor Newton ink in gold. Now this is a lot trickier, so all the pigment tends to sit at the bottom, so you need to give it a really good shake. Which I did do before, but it has settled a little bit. And this is when I can't open it. Easy. So I'm going to use this for my ink splatter. And you know what, you could faff about with adding embossing powder and heat setting it, but honestly sometimes it's just quicker to have one of these products. And I'm just going to use my old water painters. I'm using an old one because, you know, it's old. I don't really care for it. I've got nice new ones for my watercolouring, so don't mind so much. Just get that nice and splattered. Like so. And this dries a lot quicker as well, so it's nice. But it just adds a little something extra. I love an ink splatter, and if you don't, that's fair enough. But you come to the wrong channel, because I think there's an ink splatter on every single one of my cards. That's a lie. I have got cards sat around me currently that don't have an ink splatter. So while that dries, it says, giving this a wipe. Disadvantage of a black base is everything's noticeable. And that's going to dry a little bit, and I'm going to use these sequins. So these come in a pack of 3, so you get green, which is this one here, which I use on this one. You get these cute little green tones. You've got pink, and you also have a blue. Now this isn't an identical pink to the base, but I don't really care, they're cute. And there's this mixture of sequins, pearls, some little dazzly bits. Can see from there, there's a pearl there, I think that's a gem. So there's just all sorts, and it's really great just to kind of have a selection of things that you can use. Now I'm going to grab my Take a Pick tool, and I'm just going to do some random blobs. Let's bring the card back in for inspiration. So I'm going to touch it carefully just in case it's not dry, but it should be dry. And is this flowing? Scrap card. Bit of pumpkin pie. Yeah, that's nice and flowy. So let's just do some random dots of liquid glue. Oh, that's a big one. And let's grab some of the sequins and just dot them on. So I've spent ages positioning the sequins on the first one, but kind of how I did it was I kind of just grabbed these and let go in a pinch, and where they fell is where I kind of stuck them, but I put down more than I needed, so it was more about fishing off the ones that I didn't want on there from it. So that's that one, that's a gold one. It's very big. Oh dear. You can't tell, it's fine. So where else have we gone? We've got a big one there, we've got a little one here, we've got a pearl there. And also when I'm doing this, I'm conscious of where is already, let's just clear that, it's getting a bit too gluey. Where there's a good splatter, if there's a good splatter, then I don't want to add another sequin where a good splatter is. you kind of want to use the sequins to fill the empty spaces. And you can never fully, he says. I love these pearls. These pearls in this set are adorable. I love them. Just grab another sequin, pop it down. It says, don't want to completely cover that big. We have a gold one. Oh, I've clearly squeezed that far too hard. A gold one there. We'll put a pearl there. We'll put a sequin there. Another sequin there. Have another sequin here. A pearl. Sequin. Sequin. Let's drop that pearl in place. Let's put that sequin in place. Where's them tweezers gone? So these tweezers aren't designed basically for the small intricate. Let's use this tip end. Small intricate little bits like so. That would do. So if you do think that these are good for that, it's not, they're too thick. But you're more than welcome to try. Or you might disagree with me. Let me know in the comments below if you disagree with me, because that just makes for a fun conversation. Who doesn't like a little bit of a debate on a Saturday afternoon? So that's in place. Another one here. And now I'm just following what I've done before, but you can really play around with the design. And you know what, you might not want to use this many sequins on a project for somebody. You might not particularly like the person you're sending it to, so you might just want to do, I'm wasting a lot of glue here. Just do the ink. You might just want to do the embossing even and just the ink blending, which is fine because it's still cute on its own. But I do like it when we have a scutter or a scatter even of sequins. So that's that. Let's put the ends on before I forget and I lose them. And then all that's left to do, have I got some, let's be economical. Let's get some scissors and use the ends of my dimensionals. So whenever I finish a sheet of dimensionals, I always keep the ends because why wouldn't you? Let's flip this round. It makes sense to put the long end along it. Like so. So then for this card, I'm literally using the whole bit of this sheet. Is that too long? Yeah, just a little too long, so let's cut that down. Guys, I have to tell you, tomorrow I have a craft and chat with my team, which is super exciting. I haven't done these for a while, so I'm excited to get them going again. and especially as my team's grown a little bit. So that's always fun. Let's take these dimensionals off. Now, joining Stampin' Up is a bargain, quite frankly. You get to choose £130 worth of product. You get free post and packaging, and all you pay is £99. The euro conversion is available on my website if you wanted it. I feel like it's 125 euros for 175, or 130 euros for £175. But I don't work in euros, but I'll have a look. And don't forget, Belgium and Ireland, we are coming your way October 4th, which is really exciting. So we're expanding. I'm hoping to expand my team a little bit more with some Irish. And I don't know what the term is for Belgians. I don't know. I'm going to Google that as well. Because it's nice to know these things, like educate yourself. So I've stuck all that on the back, and then how I line it up is I line up 2 corners, and then I line up the 3rd, and then finally the 4th, and pop it down. Now, the more dimensional on the back, the better, because it's only going to hold it in place a lot more securely. And there you have today's card. So let's zoom in a little bit for you. And typical, I talk too much, so this is a long video. But nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed today's video. All the products are listed below with links to my online shop where you can purchase these for yourself. If you have any questions, please also pop them in the comment section below, or just let me know if you like it or not. You can always give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on if you liked it or not. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. That's absolutely fine. The feedback is always good. So guys, I'll see you later. Bye.